is up? What is up? Hey. We are back and we are black. What the fuck is going on? Hey. Look, don't you hate you go to you listen to somebody perform live and the only thing they can do is go, hey. Then the crowd doing all the work. And them niggas just, hey, looking at the fuck out of here. Let me turn this clown ass shit down. God damn. Man, what is going on? Man, we are back. Shit, hell no. We are black in this bitch. Man, I've been busy as a motherfucker. Got so much shit going on. Got so much shit that I'm working on, things that I'm doing. So it's like, god damn, I gotta get my shit together. Man, this ain't no joke. Anyway, this is the No I Don't Know TV show podcast. Shout out to Nuke. She been very busy and she has some personal things that she had to take care of, man. So y'all not gonna see her for a minute. But our thoughts, prayers, and positive energy goes out to Nuke. Anyway, she'll be back soon. So shout out to her. But anyway, yeah, man, I've been super busy. Y'all know how the corporate plantation do a nigga. Super busy. I be trying to read, trying to work on music. I got shit that I got to do. So it's like, god damn. You know, you try to focus. You try to do all this shit. You don't have enough time in the day. You know what I'm about to say. Did Jesus come back? Because I know he didn't come, huh? God damn. Damn, he did not come. Ain't that a bitch? God damn. But anyway, look, man, I'm about to get into it. But before I even get into the title, man, I want to show you some things. You know, you always hear me talking. Hey, this is for somebody, one of the people that be in the chat room, the Shawnee Brown. Hey, I'm just letting you know. I went to, I think it's Black Noble. I went and got their black soap, the African black soap. I know you can see the clown ass reflection and shit. But I got their black soap. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got their black soap. Straight out of Philly. I got the sea moss. You know, straight out of Philly. Yeah, boom. I got the sea moss right here, cracking. Courtesy of Dr. Savy. He put me onto the sea moss and shit. I heard him talking about it. And this company is, I don't know if you can see it right there. There you go. Let's see if it'll focus. You know, I got a clown ass camera and shit. Black Noble. So you can see it. There we go. Let me put it a little closer. Boom. So, hey, shout out, good looking out, Shawnee Brown. And I got this. This shit is bomb. This shit smells like incense like a motherfucker. This shit is bomb. This shit is dope too. I got this from them too. I ordered it from them. Hey man, gotta support black. Gotta get the real soap, not the clown shit. So I got that. Sea moss already had me a sea moss smoothie today. So I'm feeling a lot better after I drank that. I wasn't really tired, running around doing all this clown shit. So I ordered the shit from there and from Freedom Paper Company. I think that's Nation of Islam. I got black soap from them, so I'm good, man. That black soap, that's the real black soap. No diss to the mass production black soap that's in Walmart, but that ain't got nothing on this shit. This shit right here, look at this shit. This the real shit. Look at that. Now that's real black soap. That's real black soap. Shit, I needed that shit. Especially when I stopped eating meat and stuff like that, man. Shit, I broke out like a goddamn crackhead going to the methadone clinic. God damn. But anyway, I just want to start the podcast off with that, man. If you can, just purchase some black shit. You ain't gotta buy everything black, and you ain't less black than the next nigga because you only bought one black thing and he bought a whole bunch of black things. Hey, everybody got their own journey, their own walk, and their own way of doing things. But I'm just letting y'all know, I'll just be up here talking shit. You know, I try to purchase and do things, man, and read. And that's what brings me to my title. Why these laws are put in place. And we just gonna get into it real quick because I'm definitely not finna be on here long because I got some shit to handle. But anyway, I was reading a couple of articles I read. You know, it was brought to my attention about Brandon Weber, I guess an artist out of Tennessee or Memphis, who was killed by law enforcement. And then I was reading this thing about Curtis Anthony, a black employee that worked for Boeing company. And here's the thing. This is why I say why these laws are put in place. They put a noose on his desk. They peed. They urinated on his desk. They called him nigga. And they know what he gonna do. He gonna go to HR. HR gonna shoot you down and say this is preposterous and there's no way any Caucasian or anyone a part of the dominant society would treat a black person like that. And then it goes back and forth and then so on and so on. Well, the reason why I said these laws are put in place, why these laws are put in place is because we got to understand what it is, man. These laws were wrote by white supremacists. They didn't write the laws for you. They wrote the laws for them and their people. So we got to band together. All this, in this racial climate right now, that should make melanated people wake up and be like, all right, man, I got to stop being on the bullshit and expecting a pat on the head and expecting them to do certain things for me and expect, you know, we got to do what's best for us. And we got to know why these laws are put in place. These laws are not put in place for you. They're put in place for them. That's why police have no problem, or people who are part of law enforcement have no problem shooting and killing Brandon Weber, Oscar Grant, Trayvon Martin. I was watching this documentary today. I watched like two of them. One was about cop watchers, how this brother was just going around. I think it was a Latino brother. He was going around videotaping police officers and shit like that. He got arrested and he got roughed up a couple of times. Then I watched a documentary on Laquan McDonald on Showtime. Boy, shit that I already been telling y'all on the last podcast. And it just basically put everything out there that we already kind of knew. Not I knew, we do. It talked about Rahm Emanuel, how he held the fucking footage of Laquan McDonald because he wanted to win. And then at the last minute, he threw the police chief under the bus and then threw the state's attorney under the bus. You know, it's so funny how it becomes the blame game once you get put out there. Then the reason why the title is why these laws are put in place, they're put in place for a reason. Barack Obama signed the Blue Lives Matter policy. And when Laquan McDonald got killed, that guy Van Dyke was like, I was in fear for my life. But the video clearly shows, how could you be in fear for your life when you had to run away from your vehicle to shoot him? You had to stand in front of your vehicle to shoot. Why didn't you stay in the car? Why didn't you tase him? But here's the thing. These laws are written and put in place for a reason, to protect them, not to protect you. So I think what we all need to start doing, I got a Black's Law Dictionary. I've been peeping it out, looking at it and reading. And what we all got to start doing is, hey, let's think outside the box. We got to do a lot more reading and researching and educating ourselves. Because these situations like Curtis Anthony working at an airplane company and they putting the noose on you, like, you already know that that's the type of shit that they gonna do. Now, some Caucasians are not bold enough to do no shit like that because they're afraid of you doing something to them. So some Caucasians just ain't gonna do that. Some Caucasians gonna be like, nah, fuck that, because I don't want this motherfucker seeing me on the street and get to tripping. But then some Caucasians like, fuck these niggers. They're lucky that they're here. So with that in mind and with that being said, we got to govern ourselves accordingly, and we got to know and start educating ourselves. We need to get an etymology dictionary. I don't even know how many times I talk about this shit. Go get an etymology dictionary. Please go get one. It gives you the origins of the words and why the words were created. There's a difference between money and currency. Remember that. I forgot the meaning, but it's in this book. If I'm not mistaken, money is like is used to pay a debt or something like that. I gotta go research it because I haven't looked that up in a long time. And then currency is like, it flows, and it's different than what we think. But they know that because they're the ones that wrote these laws and wrote these rules and these policies. They wrote them so we could be ignorant to the law and not know what it is. And we got to start knowing what it is. I am planning on going to my Clark County government building and start looking up police bonds and looking up certain things that could start protecting people as well. Like when police officers are doing, dirty, rotten, scoundrel bullshit, you put a lien on their bond. Then they can't work. Then they'll start doing things a little differently. See, but we're not educated to these things because we don't want to seek that. We cool with, you know what we mad about? We mad about Golden State losing and Klay Thompson tearing up his knee and Kevin Durant tearing up his tendon and Anthony we happy that Anthony Davis went to the Lakers. We more happy about that than we are about Brandon Weber getting gunned down. Ain't that a shame? I bet you in the barbershops everywhere talking about, man, we got Anthony Davis now. Shit is on. We gonna talk more about that, which brings me to my next point. This is my next point. We gotta stop being deaf, dumb, and blind like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us. 85% of people are deaf, dumb, and blind. 10% of people know the true knowledge but don't share it. And then I think he said 5% or something like, 5% know the knowledge. They're poor righteous teachers and they choose to share with the common folk. Which brings me to this book right here, The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. Man, this book, I've been talking about this book. Man, it's been hard. Man, this book is amazing. This is a great book. Man, written by a Caucasian. And I'll just break down the synopsis. I ain't gonna tell you anything about the goddamn book. Go get the book and read it. The Matrix of Power, goddamn. But I'm gonna tell you, I think his great uncle was like a secretary in the Vatican, and then he had an uncle or a grandfather that was judges. So there were a lot of knowledge being passed down to him about Freemasonry and how deaf, dumb, and blind people are, and codes and languages and certain things. Well, he put it all in here. And there's certain things that I just highlighted, and there's certain things that I just was like, damn, he's breaking it down. About the sheriff's star, the star, how has the 6-pointed Star of David, which is the sheriff's star on the police. The Shell Gas Company, which really is the rising sun type shit. I'm telling you, it's amazing. But it's something if you notice, I'm trying to flip to. I'm gonna read it to you. And now Bible shit, I ain't gonna read you no Bible shit. Fuck all that. But I'm gonna read this. After the decline of Egypt, Rome came into power and picked up many Egyptian ideas and customs. It's just like everything else. Everyone borrows from everybody else. We think we don't, but we do. One person comes out with a smashing movie and 4 others then come out with the same general movie. So everyone borrows from everyone else. And that's true of religion. The only problem is understanding who had the original concept of all. This began in Egypt. With Egypt, we are talking about Africa. And in Africa, we are talking about black people. Now, I'm not going to read that again. I'm just going to show you the highlighted part. You ain't going to be able to really see it, but it's highlighted. Yeah, I highlighted that shit. And now, which brings me to my next point. If you got Caucasians saying that religion, all the paradigms, zodiac signs, astrology, numerology, if all that comes from Africa, which means black people, why is the Caucasians know this shit, but we don't know this? Because we seeking their approval. We going to them to help us with their laws that they made. They're not going to help you. It's your job to find out the loopholes in the laws that they created to destroy you and your people. And when we start to figure that out, we'll be a better community, a better society. You got to educate yourself. Now, I haven't been reading as many books as I normally read because I'm trying to joke all this other shit. Plus, you got to work for the Court Plantation. But, man, just reading I've read 3 numerology books, like I said. It took me like 6 months to read these numerology books because I am not good at math. I read Numerology, The Divine Triangle. Then I wrote Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated by King Simon. And then I wrote Numbers in You by Lloyd Strayhorn. Amazing. And go check out Brother Rich's Black Magic. It's a podcast called Black Magic on YouTube. Please go check that out. He just interviewed Lloyd Strayhorn, and he broke it down about how could you go study, because y'all always hear me talking about Pythagoras all the time. I'm always going in on Pythagoras. He basically broke it down. He said Pythagoras studied in Egypt, Kemet, Africa for 22 years. It's on record. He studied for 22 years in Africa. But you're a master numerologist. You're a master mathematician. How can you be the master of something when you studied somewhere the fuck else? I'm still waiting, but we don't want to believe that. Like I said, I talked to somebody, a Caucasian. He was like, well, yeah, no, they didn't create geometry. They created geometry by a sundial. Nigga, what is you talking about? Geometry is based off the pyramids. What the fuck is you talking about? But you know what it is? Because they just can't believe, because for hundreds of years, 1,000 years, they've been taught that they've come up with civilization. When really they've been sneaking over there to Africa and being taught by the enlightened ones, the real enlightened ones. That's where Freemasonry and everything comes from. That's what this book, Matrix of Power, talks about. Where Freemasonry comes from. Zodiac signs, the Bible, how it dispels a lot of the stories in the Bible, and how that same story was told 1,000 different times, or not 1,000, but it predated our what we call Jesus Christ, because the letter J is only 900 years old, but Jesus Christ is 2,000 years old. So somebody's lying. And it also talks in that book how the Bible is the greatest story that was ever told. Not the greatest facts that was ever told, greatest story. And we weren't there when they was writing that Bible, so we don't know what the fuck was going on. But you know what we can go off of that's factual? The goddamn pyramids, the Sphinx. The Sphinx, that's what we can go off that's factual. Now all this other shit, I don't know. And how church and state is not separate and it's together. And it all goes inside. That's why with church we have the 501c3, which was founded by the Rockefeller Organization. Yes, John D. Rockefeller. Yes, clowns. A part of the Federal Reserve. Yeah, these are the people. It talks about all that in that book. So after reading that book, I'm like, God damn, now I got another book coming I'm getting ready to read. I'm trying to figure out which book I'm going to read between that and Behold the Pale White Horse. Man, it just, we got to know what it is. Because things like what happened to Brandon Weber, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to Brandon Weber. They're going to crucify him in the media, if they probably already haven't. They're going to vilify him and demonize him like he was just a bad person, like they did Laquan McDonald. Those police are going to say they were in fear for their lives because that's a part of the law that was written to protect the Fraternal Order of Police. And he'll get a slap on the wrist. Brandon Weber's family will get a couple of $1 million, and then it'll go away because they know they'll be broke in a matter of time, and then it'll be on to the next one. As Jay-Z said, produced by Swiss Beats, because that's all that's going to happen. See, some of the times I'll be laughing, and some of the times I'll be like, damn, like, why the fuck is this happening? Like, why? But then I'm like, well, damn, they wrote the laws that way. The people that wrote these laws, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, I didn't tell a lie, man, fuck out of here. The only lie that George Washington didn't tell was all those black women he was fucking and raping. And all those black people's teeth he was stealing and putting them in his mouth. That's the lies he did. That's the lies that he told, motherfucker. But here's the thing that really kind of, boggles my mind is that with all this shit happening to us and all this shit being said, we still don't get it a lot of times. We still want to fight each other. We still want to backbite and be hateful and jealous, not have our own purpose and not blaze our own trail. We want to walk behind somebody else's trail and see what the fuck they doing. And then as we blaze their trail, we want to get behind them and then walk on the side of them and say, hey man, you messed up right there, and there. And then while we critiquing them on their trail that they're blazing, what happened to our trail? What happened to your own trail? Knowing who you are. You at your best when you are thinking outside the box. But a lot of times we do get scared, because I used to get scared like, why is this like this? I used to always be like, how the fuck a nigga go to the moon? Like, look at how bright that shit is. Because you can still see the moon in the goddamn daytime. So Of course the nigga ain't going to the sun because you can't even look at the sun without being blind. So of course you're not going there. But for the moon to shine that bright at night, because let's just think about it. If the sun went down and there was no moon, it'd be pitch black. You wouldn't be able to see shit, even with the clown ass lights. So with the moon out like that, how we even know somebody went there? And if they did, why are they not blind? Because the moon looked bright as fuck from where we at. But see, these are just things that I think about because we don't know what the fuck they doing. They could be lying. I'm only believing things that are tangible that I can see. Like, I only believe in a politician when they come talk to me about what they gonna do for melanated people. Don't come talk about no minorities and gays and Jews and humpbacks and all this other shit as Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us. No, nigga, I need the yams. I'm trying to get to the yams. I need to know, peel me, nigga. I need to know what we getting. Fuck what everybody else getting. Everybody else got all they shit. It's so funny when it comes time to talk about reparations, they talk about we got to do a study. Why is it we got to do a study when it comes to black people or melanated people who built the country, but then when it comes to everybody else, they just handing out money? Then we got all this clown shit about Harriet Tubman being on the goddamn dollar. That's how you know. Let me tell y'all something. While we ain't worried about Anthony Davis going to the Lakers and is Kevin Durant gonna return to Golden State, we're not worried about Brandon Weber. We're not worried about Curtis Anthony. And you like, well, why would I give a fuck about them? Because, nigga, you got family members like Brandon Weber. And that may be you that's Curtis Anthony at a job where a motherfucker telling you nigga jokes and making fun of melanated people. And then you like, and then you like, damn, I can't believe I'm being treated like that. You'll see. These are things that we need to be worried about. I tell it all the time. I'll say it over and over again. Stop letting that shit distract you. You better go read The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. Great book. It's another book out there I'm about to order too called What the Book Your Church Doesn't Want You to Read. These are things that we gotta know. That's why these laws are put in place. I watched Van Dyke. I did a podcast on Laquan McDonald, and I watched Van Dyke. And Van Dyke got on the stand, started crying and shit, talking about he was in fear for his life, but his partner told the truth and was like, I didn't shoot him because I wasn't in fear for my life or my partner's safety. Ooh, that's a contradicting statement. Facts. Oh, what's that in the chat room? Daniel Bergman, what's happening, man? I'll tell you this. What is it gonna take for us to understand? Nigga, these laws ain't for you. These laws are to keep you in a cage, clown. Nigga, they not writing these laws for you. I watched the Sandra Bland shit when her family, oh, well, we want y'all to put a racial training and profiling. Man, they don't give a fuck about that shit. Look, let me tell you something. Van Dyke was already cited for calling black people niggas and all this other shit, and they're niggers, and y'all keep them on the force. That's when you make an example. See, this is what tripped me out about a lot of the dominant society. When is one of them gonna be like, look, man, if you calling these black people niggas and all this other shit doing that, then you're gonna get fired because I'm not finna be no poster child for saving your ass because you on some racist shit. You wanna be racist, you do it when you're not on the fucking clock. Don't do it here. Don't do it here. That's what these Caucasians need to be doing. It's not about, this is my position and this is my perspective. It's for the dominant society. It's not about y'all policing the racism in a fact where you better not be racist. No, it's a fact of, look, we got a job to do and this is a fucking business. And in business, we take money from everybody. So guess what? We are equal opportunity server. So if you gonna get on this job, which is a business, and use your personal perspective to push your agenda, you're fired. So if you gonna be walking around here calling them niggas and all that shit, then you might as well give me your badge right now, because I'm not gonna be on the news and lose my money to feed my fucking family for y'all. Then guess what? More Caucasians and people a part of the dominant society wouldn't be doing that, because they would know, okay, they're not tolerating this shit here. That's all it takes. It takes one person from the dominant society to remove that white fragility and call out that white privilege one good time and be like, look, don't do that shit over here because we're not allowing it. Now, how you want to feel when you get off the job is totally up to you. But while you on this job, no, you're not finna be doing that. Because you're not finna have the FBI and internal affairs, everybody investigating us because you don't like black people or you don't like melanated people. Then you need to take your ass and go join the KKK. Because if I was a part of the dominant society, I'm like, man, I don't want these motherfuckers fucking with me. But when these laws are put in place, they figure, fuck it. The law protects us. That's why Van Dyke didn't think he was going to be found guilty and go to prison for 6 years. Even though he should have went to jail for 20 years. But of course, a Caucasian judge stepped in and said, no, he's not gonna do, no, he's not gonna go to jail that long. But I'll tell you this, I bet you he in the pen right now wishing and like, damn, I should have just, that's what you get with your bitch ass. Nigga, nobody tell you to, see, here's the thing. This is what I think about a lot of these law enforcement police officers. I think a lot of them were failures in life. This is my perspective. And when I mean failures in life, they couldn't make it in corporate America. They couldn't make it run their own business. They couldn't make it do what they want. They were nerds and clowns in high school. Poor, didn't have shit going on, didn't have no self-esteem. So they joined law enforcement so they can be bullies and abuse their authority because they didn't have no popularity and no confidence when they were kids. I'm talking about the ones that abuse their authority and use that authority to push their own personal agenda against other races, like melanated people. Because we the only ones that get abused. I'm not saying other races don't, but shit, we the main ones. Look at Eric Gardner. In the Laquan McDonald documentary, it was a Latino sister and 2 Latino brothers. I think they was Puerto Ricans, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the Latino sister was like, wait, hold on. Why would y'all call me down here, separate all of us, and then tell me what I saw was a lie? That's what they told the Latino sister. Oh, what you saw was a lie. That's not true. You need to tell the truth. And she was like, man, I want an attorney. I ain't saying nothing else to y'all. Then they let her go. Then there's footage of them in the Burger King where the cameras was shown ransacking the goddamn Burger King. See, this is what law enforcement do. And then Rahm Emanuel, that shiesty motherfucker. What did I tell y'all about him? And guess whose boy that is? Barack Hussein Obama, which that ain't even his real name anyway. He changed that shit. But anyway, that's Obama's boy. You know the one that we voted for twice? The one that's supposed to talk about change, all this other shit? When he was saving the banks and saving everybody but us? Didn't even want to say, he didn't even want to say Trayvon Martin's name. Or Oscar Grant. Or Mike Brown. These are people that got murdered while he was in office. And I'm tired of motherfuckers talking about, well, he can't just speak up for us. He got to speak up for all people. Well, why don't you ask Donald Trump? Because that motherfucker don't have a problem calling a nigga out in a minute. And he don't give a fuck if you did vote for him. Like he said on his fucking run, he said, and if you don't like what I say, you guys could all go fuck yourself. And this is what he said when he was running for the presidency of the United States of America, Incorporated. There's a big difference between how we have to conduct ourselves and how they have to conduct themselves. That's why these laws that are put in place, they didn't put in place for you. They put in place for them to protect them against you and me. Because if you watch the Central Park 5, none of them, except Yusuf Salam's mom, kind of had a little sense of, y'all not supposed to be questioning my son without me present. But if you notice, the other parents that were present, they had no idea what the fuck was going on. At all. The one dad was like, coerced his son to fucking say he did it so he could keep his job. And then when the son get out, he all mad because the son don't want to be bothered with him. But it's like, nigga, you told me to plead guilty. What kind of shit is that? We got to know what it is. I'm going to keep saying these laws not put in place for you. They put in place for them. And then when the tough got tough, Rahm Emanuel, he got his motherfucking clown ass up out of there. I'm going to resign. We ain't heard from that motherfucker since. Isn't that a shame? Because this is the type of shit that goes on behind closed doors. Like Jordan Maxwell talks about in his book. While we being distracted by basketball and football and baseball and hockey and all this other clown ass shit, the Vegas Golden Scenes and all this other shit, man, they running a real game on everybody. It's so funny, which brings me to my next point. It's so funny how we cheering on the Aviator baseball team for Las Vegas. If this is for people that live in Las Vegas, we cheering on them, right? We're cheering on. The Raiders are coming in Raider Nation. I wonder if those employees that work for the MGM is cheering it on, the ones that just got laid off, or all those deans that got laid off for the Clark County School District. Right. I wonder if y'all happy about the Raiders now. Dumbass niggas. That's what y'all get. Everybody jumping around for the goddamn Raiders and the Vegas Golden Seams and in the baseball stadium and all this other bullshit. And then you ain't got no job. Because that's exactly how the economy works. While they doing one thing, while the left hand is shaking, patting you on the back, the right hand is fucking you, stabbing you in the back. That's what we gotta know. It's all distractions. Remember that. Look at the bigger picture. Here's the bigger picture. People like Brandon Weber, Curtis Anthony, Laquan McDonald, all these people, they don't give a fuck. They lied and said Laquan McDonald got shot one time. One time. Until the body got to the corner. They was like, it's like 15 bullet holes in him. Then they like, okay, hold the body. We about to send our own investigators down there. Come on, man. Just like, they're telling niggas, go be an organ donor. Fuck all that. That's why I changed. That's why I like to look at my license. I ain't no fucking organ donor, man. Fuck y'all and donate my shit. I donate to it the fuck I want to donate them to. Not y'all. Why? So y'all can give it to another Rockefeller again? Because you know, Dave Rockefeller, how many transplants he had? 10? How you have 10 transplants? Don't you got to get on that list and be waiting? Oh, but I forgot. He is the Federal Reserve. So he gets priority. But we don't know that because we don't know what the fuck is going on. That's why you don't ever hear about the Vanderbilts, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs, the Morgans. How come we never hear about any of their family, descendants, none of that? We don't even hear about any of that. We don't even know who they are or where are they, but we see the institutions. We see John D. Rockefeller Building in New York every time MSNBC comes on. Carnegie Hall. You know, then we see Anderson Cooper on CNN, who's a Vanderbilt. See, these are the things that I'm talking about. Just remember, those laws ain't made for you, clown. So why you up there talking about, I know my rights. You can't, I know my rights. Clown, if you read the 14th Amendment, you don't have rights. You have privileges and immunities. You ain't got no fucking rights, clown. What you mean rights? Nigga, and Abraham Lincoln did not free the goddamn slaves and all that. I ain't give a fuck about y'all. You trying to save the Union. If anybody did a little bit of reading, all you gotta do is just a little bit. Just do a little bit of reading. He's trying to save the Union. He ain't give a fuck about no niggas. That was the last thing on his list. Let me tell you why. Because if you read Slavery by Another Name, when he so-called abolished slavery and all this other shit, they was still rounding up. Look, this is what they did. They created white unions where black people who had no jobs, no work, they couldn't even afford to feed their families. So they still had to go work for the dominant society. And in that, a lot of these melanated brothers and sisters back in the day, if you read Slavery by Another Name, they were getting rounded up, and Caucasians would just walk up to you and be like, hey nigga, you owe me $500, or you owe me $150. And back then $150 is like $1,500 now. And then the black person like, man, I owe you no money, I don't even know you. Yeah, you do. Like I told you the story before. Go read the book. And then that Caucasian will go get a magistrate, basically a judge. They will go to your house with the police, pull you the fuck out of your house, take you to court, and then the judge would say, guilty, nigga. Literally, guilty, nigger. And then now you gotta go work for him, like some 12 years of slave shit. And that was happening well in the 1930s, 40s, 20s. So don't give me no bullshit about, oh, slavery, you know, that was so long ago. They like to say that. But like I always hear, hey, the Jews will never let you forget the Holocaust. So why is it if they never let us forget the Holocaust, we supposed to forget what slavery is and what we did for this country? You know why I know they want us to forget? Because they do things like murder people like Brandon Weber, and they put nooses on desks of Curtis Anthony at Boeing. And they do that to kind of let you know you still a nigga. I don't give a fuck if you do work here. And these are the things that we gotta start educating ourselves. Self-education is the best education. You can go and get indoctrinated. I know a lot of indoctrinated motherfuckers that got BA degrees and master's degrees, and guess what they go do with them? they go get a good job. And they become a fucking slave. And they hate their lives and they hate what the fuck they doing. I'd rather just not even go get a degree and go hate what I'm not, and go hate to go work than go pay $80,000 to go get a piece of paper to go hate where I work. What kind of shit is that? That's because they want to keep the populace, the commoner, that's deaf, dumb, and blind people, deaf, dumb, and blind people, by the way. They want to keep the commoner, deaf, dumb, and blind, and just in a trance. Because if they can keep you on the hamster wheel and keep you moving along, left, right, left. That's why a lot of times you hear a lot of like military people like, oh, I'm fighting for our country. You don't even know what you're fighting for. You just doing what they told you. Liberating countries. Man, get the fuck out of here. Liberating my motherfucking ass. Just like they orchestrated the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi. Oh, I got his book. I haven't read it yet. He's got a 20-point plan of what he does and how he governs. I haven't read it yet, but I'm getting to it. Self-education is the best education. If you don't self-educate yourself, man, you fucked. Because ain't nobody gonna teach it to you. And then how you know what they teaching you is the real shit? And I'm not talking about somebody just quoting shit from the Bible and teaching you shit out the Bible. We can all, look, Bible's up for interpretation. Let's go with facts now. We can quote the Bible anytime, but let's go with facts. That's why you always hear me quoting books like The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Just read the first damn page of the damn book. If you read the first page of the book, he talks about how we go to the senators and congressmen and all these people to help us. He's like, but these are the same people that give you the poisonous food. So why would you think they're going to help you? That's why I keep saying these laws were put in place for a reason. They were not put in place to help us. They was put in place to help them. That's why now all these fast food organizations are trying to put out like the Impossible Burger and all these things to attract people. That's why now they're trying to make it where when you buy almond milk and coconut milk, they're going to make it where it doesn't say milk anymore. Because dairy is at an all-time low, because motherfuckers know, especially melanated people, dairy is not really good for us. And it has been very hard cutting out cheese. That shit is very hard to cut away. But let me tell you something, all the other dairy shit, I don't fuck with. And that's a fact. They killing us any way they can, and any way they know how. Agenda 21, all kinds of things. Any way they can, they trying to get you the fuck up out of here. First, they gonna kill you in your mind. Poison that mind. Just give them a video game, let them play that shit all day. Let him smoke a little weed, give him a little video game, give him some pussy, and he good to go. He in the game. But what they don't want you to do is start reading. That's where you educate yourself. That's the question. You more worried about Anthony Davis going to the Lakers, or you more worried about people like Brandon Weber and Curtis Anthony? Because Curtis Anthony could be you. Because all you people that's out there and niggas that watch this shit, y'all niggas know good and goddamn well y'all work at the corporate plantation, you get treated the same goddamn way. You can act like you don't. Go ahead. Go ahead. Be down with it, nigga. Hey, if that's how you feel, hey, I'm with you, brother and sister. But let me tell you something. You can never be them. You'll never have a position of power or any authority. If they'll do that shit to Magic Johnson, then who the fuck is you? Magic Johnson was the greatest Laker of all time. They basically was like, well, no, nigga, you can't fire him unless such and such is in the room. And then we really don't want to fire him. That's what they did to Magic Johnson. This nigga won 5 championship rings for the Lakers. So what does that tell you? But it's all good. Let me tell you why it's all good. Because these are things that need to be put out there so we can know what it is. That's the only way we gonna grow as a people. Period. Hey, man. Y'all have to understand self-education is the best education. I don't care if you hang out with somebody that got a master's degree. That don't mean that they better than you. That just means that they're indoctrinated under a mastery standpoint. They have a mastery in indoctrination. But here's the difference. A lot of these people that have these degrees and all that, when you start talking to them about medical apartheid and black labor, white wealth, and the compensatory code, the compensatory counter racist code, and you start talking to them about the matrix of power or the burglary, you know, things that really happen. When you start talking to them about things like that, The Fall of America, How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when you start the new Jim Crow, when you start really throwing real books at them, they gonna be like, oh no, I don't read that. Then they'll try to make you feel bad, like, well, why are you reading all that? What's the point of reading all that? You know what? I love reading. It's so empowering. Trust me, it is very empowering to be like, damn, that was a great book. Especially books that you can't put down. Shit. Especially, I'm gonna tell you, this book, Medical Apartheid, man, this book is a great fucking book. Great book. Very, very good book. Just like Black Labor White Wealth. Awesome book. That's the things that we need to know. You got to start educating yourself and then educate the people around you. People that really want to educate themselves, they'll ask you, hey man, where you get that book from? They're not going to ask you to borrow the book. They're going to ask, hey, where you get the book from? And you're going to be like, oh, I got it from Amazon. Yeah, oh, you did? Oh, yeah, I got it from Amazon. Okay, cool. And then they're going to go on Amazon. They're going to get, if they really want the book. If they don't want the book, then they ain't going to fuck with it. That's a fact. Don't push your education on other people. Your real education. Don't force people to educate themselves. The real people that really want to know what the fuck is really going on, they gonna fuck with you. And the ones that don't, bye clown. Fuck out of here. Exit stage left. Hey man, it's been fun. It's been real. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing, hit the bell, subscribe button. Hey, send this to somebody that's on the same fucking energy and vibration as you. Don't send sending it to the coons, because them motherfuckers, they gonna always be coons. They need to go to Sambo's Anonymous or some shit. Or Coon Rehab. Haywood Shepherd motherfuckers. But anyway, hey man, this is No I Don't Know TV show. Appreciate everybody listening. Hey man, I'm out. Peace.